Okay, Gen Alpha, let's be real. Ancient Greek literature sounds boring, right? Think again. The Iliad, this epic poem by Homer, is full of drama, battles, and yes, even romance. It's like the original Game of Thrones, but with togas. The Iliad tells the story of the Trojan War, this huge fight between the Greeks and the Trojans. We're talking gods, goddesses, heroes, and monsters. Everything you need for an epic story. The Iliad is important, like really important, because it's been inspiring artists, writers, and even filmmakers for centuries. It's like the OG source material for some of your favorite stories. But here's the thing. The Iliad isn't just about war and violence, it's also about love, loss, and the bonds between people. And one of the most interesting and debated relationships in the whole poem is between Achilles, the greatest Greek warrior, and his closest companion, Patroclus. Hold on to your helmets because this is where things get interesting. Now let's talk about Achilles and Patroclus. These two were like together. They trained together, fought together, and even shared a tent. Sound familiar? Kind of like that dynamic duo you and your bestie have going on, right? But some scholars believe their relationship was way more than just bros being bros. I mean, Achilles literally goes when Patroclus is killed in battle. We're talking full-on rage monster mode, unleashing chaos on the battlefield. He even refuses to eat or sleep, consumed by grief. That's not just a friend mourning a friend, that's some real deep love right there. Think about it. When was the last time you saw someone go crazy over losing a friend in a video game? Exactly. Achilles and Patroclus, their bond was something special. Okay, so here's where things get messy. Over the centuries, people have interpreted Achilles and Patroclus's relationship in different ways. Some ancient Greeks, like the philosopher Plato, saw them as the ultimate example of romantic love. They even had a word for it, Erastes and Eromenos, which basically meant an older, experienced mentor and his younger beloved companion. But others, especially later on, preferred to see them as just friends or even adopted brothers. Like, oh, they were just really good friends, nothing to see here. It's kind of like how people gossip and interpret relationships differently even today. The truth is, we can't know for sure what Homer intended. The Iliad doesn't explicitly label their relationship, but that ambiguity is what makes it so fascinating. It lets us think critically and come to our own conclusions. Throughout the Iliad, there are all these little moments that hint at the depth of Achilles and Patroclus's bond. Like when Patroclus puts on Achilles' armor to rally the Greek troops, even though he knows it could mean his death. Talk about a ride or die friend. And then there's Achilles' reaction to Patroclus' death. He's utterly devastated, consumed by grief and rage, even holds a funeral pyre for Patroclus and vows to avenge his death. This isn't just a warrior losing a comrade, it's a soulmate losing his other half. These moments, full of emotion and intensity, show us that their relationship was something truly special, regardless of how we choose to define it. So why does all this matter? Why should we care about two guys from a poem written thousands of years ago? Well, representation matters even in ancient literature. Seeing diverse relationships, even in stories from long ago, helps us understand that love and connection can exist in many forms. It shows us that these stories are universal and timeless. Plus, let's be real, reading about the same old straight couples can get like super boring. It's way more interesting to explore different kinds of relationships, even if they're from ancient times. So, the next time you're looking for a story with action, drama, a dash of romantic ambiguity, check out the Iliad. You might be surprised by what you find.